Fox 55 News, first at 10.
Tonight on Fox 55 News, Governor Holcomb set to loosen COVID-19 restrictions as the state continues to expand vaccine eligibility. What important changes you need to know. Plus,
we are really hoping to be back full in person.
How local universities plan to safely return to campus this fall. And later, several changes have been made this tax season. What Hoosiers need to know before filing state and federal taxes. Fox 55 News starts right now.
Wednesday, March 31st, we'll plan to open up vaccine eligibility to all Hoosiers 16 years and older. The current COVID restrictions will be extended as is through April 5th.
Big news coming out of Governor Holcomb's press conference tonight. Vaccines will soon be available to most Hoosiers starting in 2 weeks. Good evening, I'm Caleb Saylor. Thanks for joining us tonight. Chris Malooly has the night off. The governor also announcing a number of changes to come to the Hoosier state. On your screen is a list of important dates and information you need to know. The current health order will expire on March 31st. Holcomb will renew it for another 30 days. Vaccine eligibility will also open up on March 31st to Hoosiers 16 and older. An additional mass vaccination will open in April. COVID-19 restrictions will be extended through April 5th due to the amount of visitors currently in Indiana for the NCAA tournament. And on April 6th, the face covering mandate will become an advisory, but K-12 schools will continue under the current mask requirements until the end of the school year. Holcomb says face coverings will remain mandatory in state buildings and COVID vaccination sites. Local governments and businesses can enforce their own mask requirements if they choose. As more people are able to get the COVID-19 vaccine, local universities feel confident that operations can return to normal come this fall. Fox 55's Nico Panisi spoke with local colleges about what's in store for students next semester. Nico, how are some of the people you talked to today feeling about this decision?
Caleb, it's clear that students would prefer to sit in front of a chalkboard in a classroom rather than in front of a computer screen on Zoom. For many, the prospect of in-person classes come fall 2021 is a weight off of their shoulders.
Diane Kalinsky teaches pharmacology to sophomores and juniors at Manchester University.
So I teach how drugs work, and then I teach how the drugs are broken down by the body.
Labs, research, hands-on experience. The nature of her classes require in-person instruction.
But it's been really difficult to keep our research projects going. I've been able to train a few students in my lab, like I said, more on a one-to-one basis, but their progress in the research area has definitely slowed.
That's changing come fall 2021.
We are really hoping to be back full in person this coming fall.
The university is encouraging students on both Fort Wayne and North Manchester campuses to receive the COVID-19 vaccine.
That way we are minimizing the risk of spread and we're able to continue classes.
Spokesman Brian Engelhardt says that's also the case at Indiana Tech.
For next year, given the improvements that we're seeing in numbers, the increase in ability to get vaccinated and looking ahead, and also seeing how we're doing so far this spring, we were able to go back to a normal schedule.
In spring 2021, 20% of Indiana Tech students decided to take classes virtually. But in the fall,
everybody will be back in classrooms.
This also means the return of the traditional academic year schedule, bringing back Thanksgiving, winter, and spring breaks. Engelhardt says they'll continue to monitor local and state health restrictions and adjust accordingly.
Online classes proved helpful for students who are not able to attend class in person. Indiana Tech said it will continue to offer these options for students who need them. In Fort Wayne, I'm Nico Panisi, Fox 55 News.
We'll have more coronavirus coverage coming up soon, but first let's take a look at weather. After what was another beautiful day, we now have a few showers working their way into our area. Meteorologist Beverly Perry is here with the latest. Beverly, what can we expect tonight?
Yeah, so not everybody is going to see a passing shower. A lot of this activity is going to remain hit and miss, and as you can see, the past few loops of the radar, you kind of can tell that it kind of loses its oomph as it gets close to northeast Indiana and northwest Ohio. These are very light showers that are passing through, hit and miss, seeing that right around Fort Wayne, along 6 in Kendallville, and even along 20 and 80, just very light activity. This is going to continue through the overnight hours and for part of the day tomorrow. I'll let you know that timeline, and I'm also tracking another system that's going to be bringing more rain and even a few storms. Those details in a few minutes.
Fort Wayne City Council approved a resolution at tonight's meeting designating the land used for Project Macedon along US 30 as an economic revitalization area. That designation means improvements on the property will be taxed at a phased-in rate over the next 10 years as long as the tenant is continually meeting their requirements. The name of that tenant has not been released to the public yet, but the name will be released after all agreements have been finalized. And we're in the thick of tax season, and a lot has changed this year because of the pandemic. Fox 55's Kelsey Mannix explains what you need to know and where to go if you might need help.
Now that the Indiana state tax deadline is May 17th, there's multiple changes to note this year. If you received unemployment last year, up to $10,200 of that income will not be taxed. If you've already filed, that could delay the return as the IRS updates its system. The child tax credit also increased to up to $3,600, and those who qualify could receive part of it this summer.
The IRS will be reaching out to people to see, do you want the advance or do you not? You don't have to take it, even if you qualify.
If you need help with your taxes, the Fort Wayne Volunteer Center has a drop-off center at St. Mary Mother of God Church on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Executive Director Ani Eder says one of the most important answers to have when you go is whether or not you've received your stimulus checks.
And that will may entail going through their bank records, checking their checking account, or really thinking about if they received that money. Because if you know the answer to that question, that will help us ensure that that return is done correctly.
People should have all necessary forms with them to speed up the process.
Make sure you have all your W-2s when you come. It is a lot easier to file the return one time than it is to go back and do an amendment.
Eder says it usually takes about 2 weeks to get a return after filing through the volunteers. Linda Troyer with Jackson Hewitt says the IRS is working on completing the returns within 9 to 21 days, but it could change.
So everybody just needs to be patient. They can check the IRS website to check on both their economic impact payments and their actual tax refund.
In Fort Wayne, I'm Kelsey Mannix, Fox 55 News.
The last day to get tax filing help at St. Mary's is April 15th. For more information about these free services, you can visit our website, WFFT.com. Part of Bass Road will be closed tomorrow for construction. The closure will be at the intersection of Bass Road and Thomas Road. No traffic will be allowed through the intersection. This will be in effect during the duration of the construction project on Bass Road. Officials didn't say how long the intersection will be closed. And switching to COVID-19 across the state, Indiana is reporting 18 new COVID deaths tonight and 701 new cases. This brings the total number of positive cases to over 679,000 in the Hoosier State and deaths to 12,553. The 7-day positivity rate is up slightly from yesterday, now at 8.7%. And around our region, 89 new COVID-19 cases and 2 new deaths to report tonight. Both of those deaths happened in Allen County, which also added 52 new cases. Huntington County had 8 new cases reported, and Jay and Noble County each reporting 3 new cases tonight. Wabash also reports 3 new cases tonight, along with Van Wert County. Paulding County is only reporting 1 new COVID-19 case. And here's a look at state COVID vaccinations within the last 24 hours. Nearly 43,000 new vaccine doses have been administered. This includes both doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine, as well as the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Just over 970,000 people are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. As families across the community continue to struggle to have access to food, the American food industry gave a donation today honoring the farmers who helped grow that food. Fox 55's Drew Fry tells us how this cheesy donation is helping area families.
Community Harvest Food Bank is constantly spreading food throughout the community. This morning, they got some help from Prairie Farms and the Allen County Farm Bureau. Food Bank President Carmen Cumberland says today's donation of 20 cases of cheese is the perfect way to celebrate National Ag Day.
Our clients today are going to get some great product because of neighbors of the food bank, friends helping friends.
National Ag Day is meant to celebrate farmers across the country, and today some of those farmers in Fort Wayne say they wanted to give back to the community, which has helped them so much throughout the past year.
We've continued to operate and be in a position to help those in need, so it's we feel blessed to be in a position that we've been in.
Cumberland says it's critical to have local support now more than ever.
As we found out with COVID, you know, when it all comes down to it, we all need to take care of our own. And so having locally grown product to help support our community is so important.
And a donation of cheese may be more valuable than it looks.
This is very vital to somebody's diet, to their health. And, you know, cheese isn't always something that somebody can come across in the grocery store if you have a limited income. So great that we get to provide this.
While Community Harvest can enjoy this National Ag Day with 8-ounce packages of cheese, Cumberland says they're always looking for more people to donate or volunteer.
We're talking about time, talent, and treasure. Anybody can help.
In Fort Wayne, I'm Drew Fry, Fox 55 News.
Community Harvest Food Bank is open Monday through Saturday. For more on how to get involved, find the story on our website, WFFT.com. Coming up, a local nonprofit's honored for helping people find work and value in themselves. Plus, new details about the mass shooting at a Boulder, Colorado grocery store. More about the victims and the man police say is responsible. And later, a temporary setback for the AstraZeneca vaccine, why health officials are concerned with the new data.